Hello YouTube, my name is NerosCinema, we're Call of Duty WWII. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to take a look at what is quickly becoming my favorite weapon here in Call of Duty WWII, the M2 Carbine. When this gun was first found in the game files going into the Blitzkrieg event, I was incredibly excited to see how good it would be because I knew it would essentially be a full auto M1A1 carbine. I'll have a link down there in the description to a document where you guys can see the stats for every single weapon in the game, but yeah, it turns out that the M2 Carbine is literally just a full auto M1A1 with a few minor quirks. Those quirks are, of course, it's full auto and not semi-automatic. The fire rate on the M2 is slightly slower than the fire rate cap of the M1A1. The M2 kicks slightly more and also has a slightly slower reload speed, but by and large, they are the same weapon. And I think that Sledgehammer did a great job of having two nearly identical weapons in the game that feel different than one another, while at the same time, they reward the one that is more difficult to use by making it slightly better. So if you have a really good trigger finger and you're accurate enough, the M1A1 carbine is objectively the better weapon in every sense of the word, but the M2 Carbine has all the fun of being fully automatic and it requires much less effort to be effective with. That's been a recurring theme in the Call of Duty franchise over the years. Fans will always choose the path of least resistance because weapons that are easier to use typically triumph over weapons that are actually better statistically. A great example actually would be the FAL back in Black Ops 2. In that game, the FAL was a fantastic semi-automatic rifle, like really freaking good, but nobody used it as a semi-automatic rifle because everybody used the select fire attachment to make it full auto, and that's because full auto guns are just easier to use. While statistically it was not as good, like if you had a good trigger finger and you were accurate, it's better to be semi-automatic, but it's much more consistent and easy to use when it's full auto. That's why people used it, and the same is true here in Call of Duty WWII. The M2 Carbine may be a worse version of the M1A1 to an extent, but it's easier to use, which I suppose in some ways makes it a little bit better. If I had to pick a range where the M2 is not exactly a great weapon, I would say it's those super long distances where the M1A1 actually excels, and most other full auto rifles. In fact, the M2 does kick quite a bit compared to other weapons in this game, but if you feather the trigger, you can make it feel like it's a semi-automatic rifle again, but it's still not the same as the regular M1A1, so I try my best throughout this gameplay. I'm trying my best to feather the trigger at downrange, but sometimes I just go full auto and spam it downrange, which is a habit I'm trying to break. But all in all, the M2 is quickly becoming one of my favorite guns here in Call of Duty WWII, and I would go as far as to say it's becoming my go-to weapon, right? Like when a game is on the line, when the other team's really putting up a fight, or if I really need to start carrying my team, I like to pull out this gun. It's really fun to use, and it's also very good in this game, but I don't think it's overpowered either. Like most of the time when you say, this is my go-to gun, people pick the overpowered gun in the game. But here in Call of Duty WWII, I would say that weapon balance is in a very good place, because while the M1A1 is a fantastic weapon, the M2 Carbine is also a fantastic weapon. We also have the BAR and the FG42 and the STG and the Thompson, the PPSH, and the Type 100, so many fantastic weapons in this game, and I think that is a testament to how well Sledgehammer has put together the weapon balance over the course of the past couple of months. Now, of course, weapon balance at launch was not exactly fantastic, but they have given us countless weapon balance updates, good and bad, and that has really made Call of Duty WWII feel like a balanced multiplayer game, at least in my opinion, because last night, I asked you guys on Twitter, what is your go-to weapon while playing Call of Duty WWII, and the variety of the responses I saw was insane. Like, if you go back to a game like Modern Warfare Remastered and you say, what's your favorite gun? The majority of people are going to say M16, MP5, maybe P90, or a sniper rifle or something like that, right? But here in Call of Duty WWII, there are so many different people saying so many different things, and I think that means that weapon balance is pretty good here in this game. Now, by no means is it perfect. There's plenty of changes I would still like to see them make, but right now, weapon balance is in a pretty good spot, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still having so much fun with this game more than 6 months after it came out. But if you're looking for my personal recommendation for the M2 Carbine, this is going to be my class setup of choice. I like to use the Armored Division because I feel as though after the overhaul, this division is the best one for objective game modes. Like, Armored is ridiculously powerful. I use a reflex sight for the increased precision downrange. I use high caliber because if I hit them in the head just one time, this gun becomes a 2-shot kill. And I also use extended mag because not only does it increase my magazine size, but it also gives me extra reserve ammo, which is very helpful on the full auto weapon. My choice of basic training changes based on on the game mode. For pretty much all objective modes, I prefer to use Ordnance, but for modes like Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, and Gridiron, I switch things over to Blitzkrieg. The Enfield number 2 is my secondary of choice on all of my classes, and I also like to run the sticky grenades along with the stun grenades. Now, is this objectively the best class in the game? No, by no means whatsoever, but it's my favorite class to use right now here in Call of Duty World War II, and that's what I want to focus on here in today's video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and let me know, what is your go-to class while playing the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer, and do you guys think I should do another Cray class guide? I did one around launch, and it was pretty successful. Like, people really enjoyed that video, but it's been a very long time since I started talking classes here in Call of Duty World War II, and with the Divisions overhaul recently, that previous video was almost useless, so I should probably do an updated class guide. So you guys want to see that? Let me know about that down there in the comment section below. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.